Good morning and welcome to the launch of Julie's Die Cut Foilables Summer collection. Excellent, got some people joining me. Bear with me while I just refresh my computer. Got to remember what to do. It's been so long. And I do apologise because, oh yes, it does seem like it's been a long time since I did a live. Good morning everybody. Thank you for joining me. Excellent. Oh, lovely. There's lots of people flashing up now. That's brilliant. Oh, I was getting quite nervous. It's silly. You'd think I wouldn't after all this time, but I still do. Oh, my hair's all sticking up. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so exciting day today because it is the launch of some new foilables. So we have 3 new sets in the summer collection. I have a couple of florals and a fantastic new assortment of sentiments. So I am just going to give people a little bit of time to have found us and everything. So morning to everybody who has. While we're waiting, yes, I had a fabulous holiday and I feel really bad because I wanted to come on and do a little live and I came back and it's just been full on. It was my VAT return, it's my year-end account, so it's just been, yeah, everything. Holiday? What holiday? No, it was absolutely fabulous. If you ever get a chance to go to Norway, highly recommend it. Beautiful country. And my favourite place was Oldham, without a doubt, of the places that we went to. So picturesque, just breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. And I went up in a cable car to the top of a mountain, which I didn't really think I would do, but I did. And I loved every minute of it. It was fantastic. The view from the top was incredible. So yes, it seems like a long time ago now. But never mind. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera. I have so much inspiration. I have to thank the design team. This time it was Emma and Marion and Philippa and Tracy and myself that did cards. I've actually split it into 2, so I'm going to have new cards to show you tonight. There's just so much that I would be on here for hours. So yeah, I'm going to split it in 2. I'm going to say creative. I'm going to show you how to use foilables as well, in case anybody's new to them. Just different ways that you can use them as well. So I'm going to show you some inspiration, obviously show you the products, show you the inspiration, and then I'm going to show you how to get creative with them as well. And they are available to buy now. So they will be online and available from Hazel and Paul at Dragons Papercraft, from Wow Embossing Powder, from Joe and Mark at Let's Create, from Sharon at Forget Me Not Craft Cabin, from Julie and Barry at Craft Bliss. They're also at Craft Stash. They are with Jeanette at JC Crafts in Australia, and they will be on with Simon Says Stamps any day. So they've arrived, but they need to get on the website. So I'm sure they'll be on any day. I will be back on tonight at 8 o'clock, like I said, with lots more inspiration. And also, again, I'll be going through how to use the foilables. So I'm going to flip the camera. And now this is the exciting part. So bear with me. Remember to hit the right button. Okay. So I have cleared my desk. I have lots more room. So I'm going to keep it back there. I've got my laminator out because you can use a laminator, you can use an iron, you can even use hair straighteners. Marion has done it with hair straighteners. So you need a heat source that's got a bit of pressure. So whether it's an iron, whether it's the laminator is what I find the easiest, I have to say. It's literally switch it on, put it in between 2 bits of between a piece of copier paper, add your foil and out it comes. I've just seen somebody say that the Craft Bliss link isn't working. I will sort that out after the live. I'm sorry about that. If you go to their website for Craft Bliss and then just go search Julie Hickey Designs, they will come up. I have made the Pinterest boards live as well, so all the inspiration I'm going to show you and tonight's inspiration is live on the Pinterest boards as well. So I do apologise to Julie and Barry for that. I will do it after the live. I can't do it now, obviously. Okay, so there are 3 packs. The first one that we have is Sweet Florals Die Cut Foilables. There are 96 different pieces in this pack. Absolutely amazing. Loads of different patterns and designs. I'm going to open the pack up and show you everything once I've shown you some of the sample cards. So there is Sweet Florals, there is Garden Blooms where there are 79, and you'll notice that there are excuse me oh, some bigger designs in here. So you've got that lovely frame. You've actually got some handmade by to go on the back of your cards as well. And there are other large ones, but there are also the smaller ones in here as well, the different designs. So I will open the pack up so that you can see it properly. Also, I have this amazing, I love these. So this is my Assorted Sentiments number 3. And in here there's 115 pieces. They're either the bold font sentiments in different sizes with different sentiments that we don't have in stamps, and also the banner dies as well. So I have done a little board so that you can see. So they come in varying sizes, and you get happy birthday, with love, thinking of you, get well soon, you get happy anniversary, you get thank you, best birthday wishes, because you can either do happy birthday or you can do birthday wishes, entirely up to you. You could do happy anniversary wishes. You've got just for you, you've got with love, you've got thank you, you've got birthday wishes, all in the different sizes. And then you've also got the stitched banners, the solid line banners, and again they come in different sizes as well. So I just wanted to show you like the variety of the sentiments that you get, but also the different sizing. And I'm hoping, oh yes, I can see, look, you can put 2 colours on. So I literally, let's get it in the light right again. Oh, it's so difficult. That's it. Okay. And then I move. Okay, so it's got the 2 different colours on there, and it's so easy to do. This I literally did half and half, but you can put little scraps, any little bits and pieces that you have on, so you can make them multicoloured, and it's a great way of actually using up the little bits and pieces of foil that you have left. So this one I've done birthday, which, let's get that in the light. Sorry, I'm looking at my computer to see when it's there. So I've got the light blue at the top of birthday and the bottom of wishes. So entirely up to you how you do them. But they are such fun to work with. They are so good for quick and easy cards. I love the way that they're all die cut as well. So you've got the shape of the word, or you've got the shape of your flowers. Honestly, they're just, if you haven't tried them, I can't recommend enough having a little go with them. Just this and a packet of foil. And I have to say, I do love the Wow Fab foil, because this is a toner, a foil that works with toner printing, which is how these have been done. So these have been printed with the toner ink so that the toner foil works with them. I also know that, let me dig in my box, sorry. I also know that Craft Artist, the Crafts 2 foils also work with them. So if you've got any of these and any foil that you've got, I would have a go and see if it works. You're not going to, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But yeah, so those are the 2 that I know definitely work. And the Fab foil is the one that I tend to go for, which I absolutely love. And I love the gold glitter one. It's absolutely beautiful. So they are the 3 packs, and I'm going to show you first up, I'm going to show you the contents of Sweet Florals. So I'm not going to lay them all out, but I'm going to tip them out onto the paper so that I can actually pull out. So these have got 96 in here. So I have done some bigger designs. Oops. Oh gosh, that's one. Wow, it's such lovely quality as well. And you can start putting whatever colour you want on it. So whether you want to use felt tip pens, whether you want to use alcohol markers, whether you want to use ink pads, a water brush, entirely up to you. Lots of sentiments in here, loads of different sentiments, lots of different sizes with the flowers. You've got leaves. Lots of these are older designs. So, and I've done different banner sentiments to the ones that we've got in the other pack, in the sentiment pack. But you've got little flowers as well, even if you just have a flower and a sentiment on a card. Some of them are older designs, so that because they're not available anymore. I love this daisy one, absolutely gorgeous. Little individual flowers, so you can make up your own bouquets, which you will see in the sample cards as well. I cannot tell you how blown away, and I think how special the sample cards have made the foilables. They're just so easy to create with. So you've got little hearts to add on to your cards. And I try to do different sizes and different fonts, so you've got real fantastic mix of everything in there. I mean, this little simple one, I created this little card from those little daisies. 3 little daisies on a piece of card, one on each piece of card, inked around the edge, and then bought my sentiment in to be the same colour. They are, when they're die cut, they're actually laser cut. So when they're laser cut, you might get a little bit of like burnishing sort of colour around the edge. It doesn't bother me, but obviously if you're going to put this onto a white card, it might bother some people. So a good way around that is to either colour your sentiment or ink around the edge. I'm just trying to find one where it's been inked around the edge. So I've inked around the edge of my sentiment here. So that's going to take away any of that colouring that you might get around the edge of your foilables. When you put them onto a white card, this hasn't got ink around the edge, but I've coloured around the edge and I've let the colours bleed out. So I can't see that when it's on the card. So it's entirely, I just wanted to point that out because they are die cut, and that because they're laser cut, sorry, not die cut, because they are laser cut, that does happen that you can get that little bit of tinge around the edge sometimes. But like I say, a little bit of ink onto coloured card as well. So if you're putting it onto a coloured background, so something like this, you're not going to see that at all because it's not going onto a white background. Okay, so that's what you get in. This is in Sweet Florals. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Bear with me. I need to tip those off and bring my little bit of card back for later. So my sample cards that I have for Sweet Florals. So I will show you some of the ones that I've already shown you. So this is the beautiful flower. I've done a stencil background and then I've added a sentiment. So it makes them so quick and easy to do. Again, the one I showed you with a bit of stenciling and then the variety of those circles. In fact, I can get lots out, can't I? But I've coloured these. These have been done with felt tip pens. That's been done with a felt tip pen. I mean, how simple is that? And then look at this beautiful one from Tracy. She's used rose gold as her foil on here. And look at that sentiment. Just absolutely incredible. And they are so easy to do, which I will show you in just a moment. And then this one from Marion. This is one, Marion's doing a video on this one where she's got the multiple colours on here. So we've got rose gold, we've got some blues in there as well. And then she's pulled out the blue with her sentiment. Now Marion has done nothing around the edge of hers. Excuse me. It's straight onto a white card and it looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love this one that Tracy did as well. She's used purple. I'll get it in the right light. She's used purple foiling on her circles. She's added in, and on this one as well, she's added in Hazel's dragonflies. So, and she's added in Philippa's stencil. So everything that you've probably got in your stash is just going to mix and match and work so beautifully together. Okay, so somebody, Kim, you're asking, is it best to colour first and then foil? I always foil first and then colour. The foil acts like a resist, and I haven't had any problems at all with pens going over the top, but I don't use alcohol markers. So I don't know if Philippa has used alcohol markers on hers or Tracy. I always use water-based pens, so they don't affect the foil at all, but you could colour and then foil. So it really doesn't matter, but I get into the habit of foiling first. Look at that. And then I add my colour. So this one has been done, this one's been done with felt tips as well. But just look at that foil on there. It's just so pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I love this one that Philippa's done. This has got the blue foil, and she's used the blue foil on her circles as well. And it's so pretty. She's used her circle frames dies as well. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Stunning. Alcohol markers will cover the foil, so colour first. I did think so. Yeah, so the water-based markers don't, and ink pads with a wet brush, with a watercolour brush, don't. But if you do alcohol markers, then colour first, then foil. So it doesn't, it is either way really. Maybe you would colour first in case you messed it up and didn't want to foil it. I don't know. Okay. So let me move those out of the way. So that is the Sweet Florals cards. Then we've got Garden Blooms. So let me bring the packet of Garden Blooms. So in here we've got 79. And let's get them all out. You do get little flowers as well. So lovely to build up your own background. So there's 79 pieces in here. So you have a couple of the big frames. You have the old friendship flower. That's an old stamp. Got a couple of those. Got the big garden blooms. We've got original. These are right from the very beginning. I love these as well. Got some beautiful cards with those. So you've got them in different sizes as well. We've got my favourite daisy from the very beginning. Again, lots of lovely sentiments that have been die cut in the shape. You've got some butterflies in here. You've got some little flowers. We've even got a handmade by to go on the back of our cards. So you can foil that up and add that to the back, which is always lovely to do. We've got some little hellos. We've got especially for you. Done in different fonts, different sizes. We've got wishing your day is as special as you are. You are wonderful in every way. These ones are lovely because you can do these top and bottom. I've got a nice example of that in a minute to share with you. But yeah, just lots of different sentiments, different sizes. So that's your 79 in your Garden Blooms. And let me bring in the sample cards. So I've got this beautiful one that Emma Smith has made. Absolutely stunning. This has got the Garden Blooms on the front with one of the banner sentiments. And Emma's just used a little bit of colour around the edge with her pens when she's done this. She's got a lovely soft spearminty green foil on this, which is a fabulous one from Wow. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so pretty. And Emma always seems to match it up with some glitter card as well. And just cuts that really tiny little border, but wow, does it set it off. And then inside, how gorgeous is that? And just look at those. I love these big font sentiment ones. They're just beautiful. It is so pretty. Such a lovely colour combination. Absolutely stunning. So that was one from Emma. Then a very simple one from myself. Using the flowers. Again, this is felt tip pens, and then I've used silver with my sentiment, but I've cut the aperture in my card. So I've got that lovely, you can see through the card. for with the flowers, which I always think's lovely. Isn't it funny how we've done similar colours? And then I love this one of Philippa's. Beautiful. She's got acetate on the front. We've got the friendship inside. It's so bright, really colourful. And she's used the lovely rose gold and also the pink. So we've got pink foiling and a pink sentiment, but then we've got like a rosy gold. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, I'll have to ask her, because she does have a lovely selection of pattern papers that she uses. And then we've got this one I did as well. So I cut my sentiment from the centre of my frame, which was easy to do. And then I've used gold on my foiling. Oh, honestly, every time I look at them, it's just like, wow. Isn't it beautiful? Just so lovely and so simple to do, which I will get to show you in a second. And then look at this. Tracy has left hers. You don't have to colour them. You can leave them as they come. So Tracy has just mounted hers up. She's added the heart. What I did with my sentiment was I cut, let me bring it in. So I cut the happy birthday and wishing you a special day into separate sentiments. Tracy's left it as it came. She hasn't done any foiling on it. She's used a stamp that she had in her collection and added some ribbon. And I love the little flower that she's put in the centre of her bow as well. So just so simple to do. And then this is the one I was saying where I use the little flowers top and bottom. And I've used my oval stencil. And then I've used my diamond one over the top. So just to get that detail and then that lovely bit of foiling on there. Gorgeous. And I was going to say, one of the cards, I put it on the back. And lo and behold, it was that one. So it's all foiled up. Coloured in the same colours that I've done the front of the card. And then I can sign my card. Then I've got this one that I did where I've cut around the edge. So I've trimmed it so it's got that wobbly edge to it like it has in the drawing. Emma's left hers with a neat edge and I've cut mine to have the wobbly edge. And again, it's just foiled in gold. If you love colouring, honestly, these are for you. Just beautiful. Little bit of stenciling in the background. Again, I've inked around the edge. So if you want to get rid of that, if you do have any tinging around the edge, I haven't done it on this one. And to me, that looks absolutely fine on a white card. I am more than happy with that. And then we've got another one from Marion. Marion has used, if I can get this right, look at that, pink and also the rose gold. And then she's done a pink sentiment. Now this one, no, but she's doing a video on the other one. So I think it's a very similar technique that she's done on both of these, but they're just so pretty. So pretty. I think it's lovely because we're actually going back to some older designs that aren't available anymore, which is really nice for new people and existing customers, obviously, but that you can go back and have another play with them. I love this that Tracy's done with the brick wall as a background. I mean, it's very simple background with that beautiful purple foiling and on her sentiment and just a few glosses. And I love how she's done the colour change and then used pink glosses and purple glosses. Beautiful. Clean, simple, absolutely stunning. And then I love this one from Emma. She's used Hazel's wood paper. I mean, how beautiful does that look? She's used, again, the flowers. I can't remember what this was. Beautiful Blooms, I think it was called. It's got rose gold foiling on it. And look at those sentiments. Just gorgeous. I love how she's done it with the scallop square, but she's done that with a little bit of glitter card. It's a lovely way to lift the cards, that little bit of glitter in there. I love how she's splattered the wood with some black as well. The design team are just incredible. The inspiration, when I saw the inspiration that they have created just using the foilables, blown away. And then this is a gorgeous one that Philippa has made. And Philippa's going to do something similar with this for her Technique Tuesday. So she's got the gorgeous silver foiling on the back, on the Garden Blooms one. She's then used the flowers as well. She's used the sentiments, which she's foiled. And then she's used the With Love from the stamp that she's heat embossed with polished silver. She's done these lovely frames that are all offset. It's just stunning. From some foilables. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. They blow me away every single time with their ideas. They are just amazing. I am so lucky. And then last up with the sentiments. So I'm not going to tip these all out, but there are 115 in the pack. But this board gives you a really good idea of the different sentiments that are in there, in the different sizes, all those lovely different ways of foiling them. I mean, look how wonderful they look. And then I've got some dedicated cards that are just really, they've used other bits as well. So this one Emma has made, where she's used some of the flowers and the little leaves. So this is perfect. One that's already done, and then with one of the flowers and just 4 of her leaves. But then look at that happy anniversary in that red foil. Isn't that just beautiful? And then couple of the little hearts. Again, she's brought in that glitter, the red glitter card, just to really make everything pop. And she's used my scallop circle dies as well. Absolutely beautiful. I love how going back to old product and working it in with the new product, it just makes everything, just shows how versatile everything is. I love this one from Philippa. So she's used the happy and the birthday from the stamps. So she's done that with polished gold. And then she's used all the banners. So she's got sending you happiness, it's your birthday, wishing you a wonderful day, make a wish, special delivery just for you, enjoy your special day, love, with love and best wishes. So she's foiled these, but she's added colour to them. So I'm taking it that she has coloured them first, am I right, Philippa? And then foiled them. But and again, using the hearts as well. It's beautiful. Love it. And I love how she's done this as well. So she's used the different hues in the background in that silvery blue. Oxides. Oh, right. Okay. Fabulous. And then she's used Happy Wishes Just For You in the red foil, so it really pops off the card, especially with those red frames as well. But those foiled words in the background. And then she's actually stamped as well in the background with the stamp, with one of the stamps. Incredible. Absolutely amazing. And this as well, I love this. So she's used all the different happies in the different sizes, in different colour blues and greens for our foil, and then picked out the birthday in the blue as well. So we've got happy birthday, but we've got happy birthday. What a great mail card, or a teenage card. Fabulous. And then Marion using Philippa's stencil to create these lovely circles that she's done dots in, that she has foiled. And then she's added just one of the sentiments, but she hasn't foiled it. She's left it as it is, but she's added that detail with her pen and either embossing or foil. I think it's foil. Yeah, silver foil. Beautiful. And then Marion has also done this one with the lovely leaves, and she's got a lovely foil background. I'm sure she'll do a video on this. That's fabulous. And then she's added the happy birthday in the pink. But when you catch the light with that, it is just beautiful. Beautiful. And then this is another one of Marion's videos. So she's waiting. She's going to load these up next week, I believe. But again, she's got the gold, but she's got that lovely bit of turquoisey blue in there as well. So she's going to reveal how she did this. And I love those lines in the background, and I know that's foil too. So yeah, tune in to Marion's YouTube channel. We'll post links obviously on the page so that you don't miss it. So I'm now going to put the machine on. Let me get these out of the way. I will turn it on now. I'll bring it into shot a bit more. And I've got some little projects that I'm going to just show you. So this is a cheap laminator from Amazon, but you can get them anywhere. Lidl's have them. I'm sure Aldi probably do them from time to time. This cost me about £10, maybe 11 or £12, but it wasn't expensive and it is brilliant. You have to have, if you do buy a laminator, it has to do hot lamination, okay, not just cold. So it always put it onto hot, and you might be able to hear it, I'm not sure, but it is like warming up. I can hear it's warming up. Okay. Right, so there's all these messages coming up. I can't read them. They're disappearing so quickly, but I'm sure I will catch up. So I have my I use what they call a carrier sheet, but I just use a piece of copy paper. So I'm going to do the anniversary and happy, and I've picked out to do some red foil and some pink foil. And I wanted to show how easy it is to do two different colours. So I'm going to pick a piece of foil that, oh, look at that, it just fit. So I like to cut off what I'm going to use. And I will let you into a little secret that I don't throw. Let me show you. I keep my pieces of foil, even when I've used them, and I put them through again and again and again until as much as possible has gone. Like, there is so much foil left on here that I can use on another project, because if your foiling doesn't come out perfectly the first time, just put it back through. So I'm going to have that as, actually I'm going to cut a bit more of a wobbly line. Okay, so now I have, get rid of that bit, a bit more of a wobbly line. So it's not going to be a straight line like I had before. And then I'm going to get a bit of pink, and I will cut a strip off again. So in a pack of foil you get a metre, and it's 10 centimetres wide, and it's a metre long. Okay, so I'm going to put pink straight down over the top. So any bits that haven't got red on are going to have pink on. And then I'm going to cut another little bit of red. In fact, let's see what I've got left. I think I spotted a red piece. Did I? Oh, I've got another pink piece. I'll tell you what, no, I'm going to take that bright pink. Now, you can see that there's bits missing off of here, okay? So if I put this down on top of my happy, I can see that it's not going to get everywhere. But that doesn't matter. So I'm going to place this, shut this down. My light has come on my laminator to say it's ready. And I'm going to pop this through. I'm going to move this a little bit because I don't want it hanging out the edge. I don't think it will. Moved it all. Okay, let's start again. So I can move that out of the way now. So I just want to do that so that you can see. I can see that it's not going to do everywhere. It's got places that aren't going to get the foil, because I want to show you that you can do it again. So I've got my red with a wonky line, my pink over the top, pick it all up and place it down in my laminator, and you just let it feed. I want to pull this, my wire's getting caked there. Okay, so it's just feeding through. You can't force it or speed it up. Just let it do its thing, and it will pop out the other side, and you will see how amazing and simple this is. But you will also see that the pink, the happy, has not been completely foiled, which I did deliberately because I wanted to show you. Okay, so let's move this out of the way, open this up. So now when we take this off, we have a beautiful pink foiling at the top with our wobbly line, and we have a beautiful bottom part that is foiled in red. Get the light right, hang on. It is that easy with a foiler, with a laminator. It is so simple. Now, when I take this off, if I get this right in the light, I can see some black bits. There's black bits up here and here where it hasn't foiled properly, but everything else has foiled. So don't throw these pieces away until you've taken off as much as you possibly can. So I'm going to put this back through, and I'm going to put red over the top. And it won't hurt it at all for going through twice. And then, but it will be completely foiled. Any black pieces that you have left will now be red. So I'm seeing all these comments coming up. I will go back and read anything, and if there's any questions, I will come back to it. Okay, so let me take this out. So now when we take this off, anything that had any black now has bits of red on it. So there's no black on there now at all. It is all completely foiled. So whatever you do, if anything doesn't foil properly, just pop it through again. Okay, let me get these bits out of the way, and I'll bring my next project in, because I want to share how easy it is to create a card. So I've got a 6x4 folded card blank ready. I have my background stencil, my background's number 1, and I have my favourite glitter gold, and I am going to glitter my flower. So I'm going to use the same bit of photocopy paper. I use it and use it and use it until it's had enough. So I'm going to make sure that I've got enough to do my flower and enough to do my thinking of you. So if I just cut it a little bit bigger, that'll be fine. Pop that out of the way. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to have my flower, and I'm going to have, I can get thinking and probably of you in there. So put it as close as possible so you waste as little as possible of your foil. Pop that down, pick it up. My green light is still on my laminator, and I can just pop it in. It will start to take it off me. I hold it for a little bit because I don't want anything to move, but if it does move, just put it through again. No problem at all. Okay. So I hope, and I'm going to colour this in. I think I'll use felt tips for this one. So I'm going to use my clean colour, my water-based pens. So when we take this off, just make sure that this has foiled beautifully. I love the reveal. It's just like, just look at that. It is so satisfying, and oh, it's just fabulous. Honestly, if you haven't had a try with these yet, treat yourself. Look at that, thinking of you, and it's gold and it's sparkly and glittery. It's just beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to switch my machine off. We will have to let it heat up a little bit, but I don't want it to get too hot. And because I'm actually going to make something, it's going to be off. I don't want it on for all that time. Okay, so I have my elements. Sorry about the light now. Okay, I have my card. So I'll put my elements over here. And I'm going to have my card. Make sure it's up the right way. We'll get a brush. So I'm going to do a little bit of blend. In fact, I'll do this one with the oxides, because I don't want to do oxides and then pens. So we'll do this one with the oxides. So I'm going to give it a little bit of pink. Now I know I've had red on here because I've been working on something beginning with C. Okay, so I want to make sure that it is pink again, so I'm going to take quite a lot of ink off, always load my brush up nicely, and I'm just going to bring in real soft bit of diamonds across my card, so lining them up, and I'm just going to come work across my card, going down towards the bottom, so sweeping from the top right to the bottom left. Let's just have a little bit more up there. Oh, and I have to say happy birthday to Jo, who's on our design team. It's her birthday today, and I know she won't mind me saying because it's a big birthday. So I am going to put my flowers on here. So I'm quite happy we've got that nice little bit of stenciling across the back. Now, because I've got all this ink on here, I'm going to use a water brush. So just make sure that my water is flowing. Come on. Okay, that is obviously not the brush I was using yesterday. Let's try this one. That's better. So I'm going to pick up some of the colour, and I can paint straight over the top when I'm using the oxides, because this doesn't add, the foil acts as a resist, but the oxides won't affect the foil like alcohol markers will, because it's water based, or because I'm using it with a wet brush. So can do that. We'll have a bit more colour in the centre. So it's so lovely to work with, whatever colour medium you like to use. You can use sprays, you can go straight over the top. I've used Pearlywink sprays, I've used all sorts of different sprays on them, and you can just colour with them. It's just beautiful. So I will have a little bit of my orange as well, because I want to bring that in. Just need a little bit. So I'm going to make sure it's nice and pale, and I'm going to bring that in from the other end of my petals. But I want the pink to be more the more dominant colour, really. But I can always go back in and add a little bit more. Now, with this the cardstock that it's been made onto, it doesn't blend as beautifully as like watercolour card or anything like that. So do bear that in mind. Your colouring will be a little bit different, but I can add colour. I mean, look at that. How lovely does that look? Honestly, like for me, and it's always been this for me with stamping from the very beginning, I find colouring so therapeutic. I forget about everything, and this is just, I think the foilables take it to a new level. It's like, if you like embossing but you're not very good at it, then the foilables are a perfect remedy, because they give you that lovely touch of luxury, that bit of elegance with the foiling, the metallic tone of it, if you like, but you don't have to have all the messy bit with the embossing. So if you're not confident embossing, then it's a great way to get round it. But I just love colouring. I really do, and I'm sure it's therapeutic for everybody. So just going back over, and I can add a bit more colour, so I'm making it the pink a bit more pronounced. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my green, and I love that I can still do it with my water brush as well, because that's how I like to colour generally. So the fact that I can still use my water brush but with the foilables and add that colour, I can build the layer up on the colour, but it does blend slightly differently. It, like I say, it isn't a watercolour card, but it works perfectly. It looks lovely. And that, I just love this gold glitter, just the sparkle of it and everything. It's just fabulous. So let's add a little bit of colour down my stem and down my leaves. There we go. I'm well happy with that. Let me just bring it up so you can have a really good look. I mean, how lovely does that look? Just beautiful. So now I'm going to pop this down with some foam pads, which I have. I need my pokey tool. I've had to clear all my desk off, so my computer's been moved, everything, and so I can't find anything at the minute. Okay, so let's put one big one, and I think I'll cut one in half actually. So let's just cut this up in half. And then I've got, oops, a little piece to put on there, and a little piece from there. Get rid of all my backing. So then we'll place our flower where we want it. And then I'm going to use the foam pads that I like that come in strips. And I'm going to put a bit on the back of my thinking and a bit on the back of. Let's try that way. Get it as big as possible. Oops. Oh golly. I shouldn't have pulled it all off, should I? I should have cut a strip. But I tend to do that, pull a whole strip off, and then I can just add it back onto my sheet for later. I do love these, they are so good for sentiments. Okay, so I'm going to have thinking, and I didn't put any foam pad underneath my stem, so the foam pad that I've got on there is going to stick my stem down as well. And then of you, I need to stand up to do this, make sure I get it lined up. That's it. And then we obviously just need some glosses. Oh, those, yeah, those colours would be lovely. These are out of Cotton Candy, so I think we'll go with the pinky colour, and we'll go with that really pale orange and that pink as well. Okay, so I like to put two, so I have a big one and a medium. There we go. So a really simple card, but how beautiful does that look? And you've got all that lovely gold glittery foiling, that little bit of stenciling, and your glosses. So absolutely fabulous. Okay, so that's card number one. So let me just wipe this off. Let's get rid of all the rubbish. Wipe this away. So the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to use my felt tips on it because I want to show you how I colour with those as well. So let me bring that bit in. So I'm going to move my mat because I'm going to bring my machine back in. I'm going to switch it back on. So put it back on, but put it onto hot and let that warm up. I get my piece of copy paper, which I've had. I'm going to use silver foiling, and I'm going to do a square card where I've got all those bits that I need to foil. So actually, I am going to do two lots of colour here. I've made my mind up. So I'm going to do Happy Birthday in a different colour, but these three bits are going to be silver. So if I just cut myself a piece, and because I can keep putting it back in and back in, it doesn't matter too much if I've got a bigger piece than I need, because I'm going to keep using it and using it and using it. So we could have that, I think, there. Now I need to do this on a flat surface. So Oh no, it won't fit like that. Okay, I might not have done a big enough, I don't think I've done a big enough bit for that. So we'll do the flower and the butterfly first of all. Okay, and then let me see, I've got a silver bit in here. Right, as you can see, it's got lots of bits missing, so I might need to do it more than once, but we might as well try. Okay, and then I'm going to do something in blue, so I'm going to use, I'll use some blue colour. So it's going to do half of it. It's going to do all the happy. Let's move that up a little bit. And it's going to do part of the birthday, and then I will do the rest of the birthday in the darker blue, and then I'll make sure I colour with some blues. Okay, so my green light doesn't take long because it had already been on. My green light is on, and now I can pick this up and feed it in till it starts to take it. I hope you're enjoying this, ladies, and thank you so much for staying with me. I am going to tell you that the doorbell's probably going to go in a minute because I have a delivery coming today. And they said it'll be before 10, and it's like, I don't want it before 10. Oh dear, never mind. Okay, so we're going to have to put the birthday back through, and I'm going to do my handmade, but I'll do that with some silver. So let's move that out of the way so we can bring this out onto a flat surface. So my happy is beautiful and pale blue, and then my birthday has got some black pieces, which I hope, yes, you can see them. Okay, so let's get the silver one out, and let's put the birthday back in, and we will put the colour back over the top. I'm going to put this back in because I want that silver. So this is probably going to have to go back in as well. But no, it's completely covered. I don't understand this. So I put it where it's hitting down here. So it's hit and miss, but it's completely covered. Amazing. And then this is the beautiful, look at that. Oh, it's just gorgeous. So I've got my image, I've got my lovely silver foil butterfly, and now I'm going to place this down so I can use what's left down there, pick that up and pop that through my laminator again. It won't matter that this little bit is hanging out, but I wouldn't put lots through hanging out. It won't mark or come off at all. So I have, and I'm going to do a little bit of stenciling in the background. Okay, so just while this comes through, it was causing me no end of problems, Philippa, my doorbell. It wouldn't work the other day. I discovered the battery had gone, which was a blessing. Okay, so when I take this off now, I've got that deep bit of blue in amongst with the pale blue, which, lovely, just adds that little bit of interest to it. And now my handmade will be completely foiled. So that is ready to go on the back of my card, all foiled in silver to match the front of my card. So I can turn my laminator off and move it out of the way. Move that out of the way. Let's bring all my bits back onto my board so I know what I've got. Okay, so that's the pieces that I've got. I have got my flower that I want to use, and I'm going to use with some blue ink that I've already got on my brush. And because I've got all this open space around my flower, I know if I don't cover it, I'm likely to go over the top with my brush. So if you just place a little bit of tape, so I've got some tape over the edge here and some tape here because I only want to use this flower. So because it's quite similar to the flower I've got on my design, I'm just going to do with what's left on the brush. I'm not going to introduce any more colour, so I don't mind if I don't get perfect daisies. And I'm just going to randomly place these over my card. Oh, I love this stencil. I love what you can create with them. Let's fill the gap in there. I know I'm going to have the square there, but just so lovely. Right, let's have a little bit down here. The little bits are really important to do, so it will make a difference to your card enormously when you add those little extra bits and pieces. It just gives you such a much more professional finish to your card. Okay, so I'm happy with that. That's given me a lovely, like all over, just very subtle background to it. And then I'm going to take my flower, and I would say that was broken china. And I'm going to put a bit of broken china out. And I'm going to have a darker colour as well, because I've got that. I'm going to have Blueprint Sketch as well, because I've got those blues in those sentiments. So let's get rid of any colour I've got in here. So I'm going to colour in my flower with broken china. So it's going to match the colour of my flowers in the background, because I think that was what was on my brush. And I love that I can just be, I mean, how quick am I being? I'm not taking my time particularly, but you just get such a fabulous finish with it. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of the darker blue Blueprint Sketch and just wash that out. So fade that away. So that's really nice. And then we'll add a little bit of this. And I'm not going to worry if I go over the lines a bit, because I quite like, actually I'm going to soften around the edge. I like how it looks like that, because your foiling will still show through, which that's the bit that I absolutely love about this. That, you know, I'm adding that colour, but I will still have that beautiful foiling to it. Oh, thank you, Sharon, that's lovely. I love being creative. I haven't been creative for so long, or it feels like it anyway, that I do miss it. So if I want to come back in and put a stronger colour back in the middle, I can do that. So that centre of that flower is deeper. So just like we would normally, I'm going to add a little bit of colour to my butterfly. And we'll have a little bit of the deeper blue at the bottom. In fact, I'm going to put a little bit of the deeper blue here. Take it off my hand, off the brush, and just brush it out a little bit. And I'm going to bring the colour in around the edge of my sentiment as well. So it's just following everything through. I'm not going to worry. I like that soft, like overlapping bit of it that you get, and you get that with a water brush. If you go a bit heavy, just add a bit more water. The cardstock will take it. Go around the edge first and then soften it just with the brush. That's perfect. Okay, that's all looking okay. Just need to do my flower, so this can go on the back of my card. So I'm going to do it in a very similar colours. So I've only used blues this time, so no greens. I know my mum would be saying, you don't get blue leaves. But never mind. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe that off actually. Don't want to get that on my card, and I think I've done. Okay, so let's bring in, so we've just got that lovely soft subtle background with our stenciling. We'll put a couple of foam pads I don't need 4 just to hold that on. Just a couple will be fine. And we will place that towards the left a little bit. And then I'm going to have my birthday down here. Now, if you don't want friendship on it, you could cover it up with the happy, but because it looks like it's saying friendship happy, but oh, that would look nice actually. Yeah, so let's have that. Okay, so let's put our... If you didn't want to do the 2-tone colours, you can obviously do it in one colour. So instead of going over with the blue, the darker blue, I could have just gone over with the pale blue again and got that completely covered. So I'm going to offset that, and then I'm going to offset my happy. So let's have that about there. I should stand up really to make sure I'm lining this up nicely. And then we've got have the best day ever. A little bit of that. Foam pad for that. And I'm going to pop that across the bottom. Oh, no, I am going to put it across the bottom. Actually, I'm going to overhang it and then I'm going to snip the end of that off, because you don't have to have a banner if you don't want it to be a banner. And then the little butterfly, I'm going to put a couple of my little dotty ones, and I'm going to overhang it over there. And then on the back, I need some glue, and I'm going to glue my little handmade by, and I'm going to put it to one side this time, because you can put it wherever you want, and then I can sign it later. And then with my scissors, so if you don't want it to be a banner both ends, just snip the end off, and you have that sentiment right up to the edge of your card. Again, look at all that beautiful foiling. So a couple of really easy cards. Oh, I didn't use felt tip pens, did I? I've just realised I'll use felt tip pens tonight. I am so sorry. I just realised I got carried away with the stenciling. Okay, I'll use felt tip pens tonight. Right, bear with me. I'm just going to flip the camera. Okay, so I wanted to say thank you so much for joining me. I hope that that's inspired you with the foilables, just to see how easy they are to work with and what beautiful cards you can actually create with them. So don't forget, I'll be back on tonight at 8 o'clock. I will get creative and I will use my felt tip pens, I promise. I will make sure I leave those out. They are available to buy now from Hazel and Paul at Dragons. I'm going to move my list. From Hazel and Paul at Dragons Papercraft, from Wow Embossing Powder, from Joe and Mark at Let's Create, Sharon at Forget Me Not Craft Cabin, Julian Barry at Craft Bliss, from Craft Stash. They're with Jeanette at JC Crafts in Australia, and they are winging their way. Well, they are actually with Simon Says Stamps. They're just waiting to get onto the website. So they will be there very soon. And I've just seen that Hazel's joined us. Hi, love. Thank you to everybody for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed that demo. And I will see you again tonight at 8 o'clock. Got lots more inspiration to share with you. So a big thank you to the design team. I know it was Emma and Marion and Tracy and Philippa and myself that made the sample cards. Yes, just thank you so much. So please go treat yourself and have a go with them. And don't forget to share any cards that you make in the Crafty Friends of Julie Hickey Designs, because I always love to see what you create. And yeah, head over to Pinterest as well, because all the inspiration is on Pinterest too. So all the design team makes are there for you. So have a lovely day, and I will see you tonight at 8. Bye.